dare we go to the 49ers versus Seahawks game?
Again, also made me less my loss was less painful because at a point, it was the Chargers had the worst that was the worst, like, score differential, and then, like, Niners.
How'd that one feel, Chris?
Remember I
Did
just
you
talked
watch
about
the rest of the game?
a
Did you watch the whole game?
disassociation? I did. Unfortunately, I did, but it was like
Glutton for
uh,
punishment.
yeah, I ended up doing I can't take anymore. I'm just gonna go review the game now. And so I'm reviewing it and I was on the TV up here and like it made me laugh. Like, oh, Brock Purdy just fumbled again. And now, the Seahawks have the ball again. And it just was just piling on. I mean, to start off with a kick return touchdown,
That
flex
was
to
it, and
Shaheed.
we missed it. I think we missed that. We were on the road, I didn't get to see that. Yeah, that set the tone. That was it.
That trade paid off right there.
Yeah, I mean,
My
great
god.
move. Yep.
Seriously, that's gotta be one of the best trades. He's still young. He's still, like, he hasn't even peaked yet. But yeah, that was
He's so
crazy.
fast. Well, and it's the same. Well, this game was worse than the Week 18 game, but the Niners can't stop the run. So Kenneth Walker runs all over the Niners. He has 3 touchdowns. Uh, the Niners just couldn't do anything right. There just was not. And the defense from the Seahawks is so good. I mean, we might as well not even run a play because you're just going to turn the ball over or they're going to sack you or tackle you for a
Which
loss.
is
And so,
kinda what they did halfway through
right.
the game. They're like, "We're just gonna just see what happens." Yeah, what is it? 9 in 8 quarters with this against the Seahawks, 9 points. No touchdowns.
Cool.
That's gnarly.
Well, and the crazy thing too is when I review a game, I'll look at the team stats. I'm like, oh, the game's not over. Let me look at the team stats. They're pretty identical. The Seahawks had 4 more first downs. You would never guess that, but they actually did something with when they had the ball, and then they had that special teams touchdown. Plays. The Niners ran 8 more plays. The Seahawks only had like less than 50 more yards. And like the stuff doesn't make any sense.
Right. The
But
Niners did a lot of the work for them, I think.
time of possession, Seahawks have 3 more minutes than that. What? It's 41-6. How? So
That's why
none of
that
it
game was
lines
so
up.
brutal then. The Niners had the ball for so long and
And
still,
did
like,
nothing with
didn't
it.
do anything. That makes it so much harder. Yeah. When did they put in, Mac Jones?
It was the last few minutes. I mean, it was like
Oh,
the
okay.
last drive, I wanna say, maybe the last 2 drives. At that point, it didn't matter. The receivers couldn't get any separation. Nick Tonjes, who the commissioner named Fartface, he was the most productive receiver, but he had a fumble, so he had that fumble too. But,
Shout
yeah,
out to the commission on that one. Right when he saw that fumble, he lit up. He was so excited. I thought he'd make the podcast just for that.
I thought so too, to come in and gloat.
Yep.
But, I mean, credit to we've talked about the Seahawks on here. They have looked good for a long time. The defense has been no joke. That team, that general manager has put together, signing DeMarcus Lawrence from the Cowboys. They drafted really well. That safety, Eminyori, he's a baller. Devin Witherspoon is a stud. The Niners receivers couldn't get any separation. So you have Juwan Jennings, who likes to have a big old attitude. Ricky Pearsall, I thought caught a big ball, but no, it hit the ground.
Yeah, he
So
had a
just
big drop,
nothing.
right?
Yeah. Christian
Yeah,
McCaffrey
Jennings,
couldn't do anything.
and I think that was probably key. If you can't get
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey to do anything to get going, and that's probably their game plan, is just stop him and then put some pressure on Brock Purdy. He's gonna make some mistakes. It's like any quarterback. I don't think this was on him at all. But no Kittle. And I think Kittle's right. It's not even the fact that of him being one.
For a brief moment. Okay, the Niners drove down. They got a field goal. They got another field goal. The game was really close at that point. And then Fred Warner's down on the sideline. And so you think like, oh, this inspiration's going to be there. And it was just a toy with your emotions just a little bit longer. Just like keep.
Question. Since the Niners, the fact that they even made it this far, I mean, Shanahan should be in talks for coach of the year.
I
I
would
think
think
what
so.
he did with
Absolutely.
this team.
Yeah.
But would you have preferred they didn't make the playoffs at all? And
Of
thinking about,
course.
like, the team and potential injuries and stuff? I don't know. I mean, the playoffs, it also matters because it's a chance and anything can happen in the playoffs. But do
That's
you
a
wish
good
they just never made it
question.
at all?
That's a good question.
Just end their season early?
Well, it's the curse of you get a lower draft pick the further you go. I don't know. I think because I still am excited they're in it, but I mean, I wasn't confident they're going to beat the Eagles. Definitely didn't think they're going to beat the Seahawks, and so yeah, I mean, I'm probably 50-50 because to question like, oh, you had no business being in this game. There had to be a team better than this. So then it felt like when
I
they beat the
empathize.
Eagles, like, is this a Cinderella? Is this a Cinderella story? So maybe that false hope creeps in of like, oh, they're destined to go the worst 49er team in the playoffs in years. They're destined to go win a Super Bowl because the Chiefs aren't in it. I didn't think
See,
that, but
I that was actually one of my if I did confidence points in my picks, which we didn't do this year, but I was super confident about the Niners beating the Eagles. But I think that's more just I'm not an Eagle believer this
yeah.
year. I just don't they haven't been impressive. But I totally like knew that they were gonna win. But yeah, I did have them losing to the Seahawks.
Yeah,
Sorry.
do you want to be based in mediocrity, like not having a real shot to win it all, but you get a playoff win? Like, what good does that do you long term in
They
the
get
future
maybe they
for
get
actually
paid.
getting? Well, yeah, the players get paid, but that's not the fan base. Well, Chris is the fan base, I should say. But like, it's kind of like the Pittsburgh thing. Neat. He never had a losing season ever.
I
How
was just
awesome
thinking
was
that.
that for all the Super Bowl championships they
Yep.
didn't win? So
Look at
like
the Bills.
exactly. Like I don't know, it's tough. Like I'd rather just bottom out, see what we can spark and come back to life with, and then kind of like what the Patriots did, right? Like they were terrible for a while to build up to what all the young talent is that they have. So I would always choose that route personally.
I was just thinking the Steelers. We totally talked about that. When I was in high school, like you have this blind belief that your team is great, better than anything. And so all these years later watching football, I see the flaws very, very quickly. Offensive line, there's really lack of explosion from the receivers. Purdy's too short. Sorry. For some of these, when you disguise a coverage, you put pressure on him, he's throwing, hoping it's going to get to someone. I don't want to take anything away from him. The defense, zero pass rush. And so all those things led to me, it just felt like a Hail Mary. And so, yeah, as much as I've said the Steelers are a good organization because they keep getting in the playoffs, they've done nothing with it. When you look at it that way, would you just want to get and have a wild card exit or a divisional card exit? Yeah. I didn't think as the season opened, they had the easiest schedule, I think. And so maybe they'll sneak in the playoffs, but I did not expect to be in the playoffs. And with all the injuries, I thought they were going to be lucky if they were 500.
They're just Shanahan.
He brought somebody. But yeah, Seahawks ultimate flex. I mean, everything from their coaching to the really just the toughness of that team. You could see it. The lines move the Niners. The Niners weren't moving Seattle on either side of it. It was just complete and utter domination.
Yeah, that was a rough watch.
So,
I think that game of all the playoff games felt the least playoff-y.
it felt like a college game. Ventura College was playing Indiana.